Hey guys, welcome back to another Pine Belt beer review. Today I'm also going to be taking a little pouring out a little bit of Dale's Pale Ale. I got this in Gulf Shores, Alabama, a couple weeks ago when I was at the beach with some friends of mine, and I've had quite a few of them, honestly. Um, just a lot of people bought it, and so I just was able to drink quite a few of them. I have honestly had it a few times, but this will be a chance for me to actually be able to honestly take a good look at it and get a good actual feel for this particular beer. It gets a let's see, I think I have it up here. An 88 on Beer Advocate, which is a very good score, and the Bros give it an 81, which is just good. On the website, it has this voluminously hopped mother drives a hoppy nose and assertive but balanced flavors of pale malts and citrusy floral hops from start to finish. Oscar Blues launched its canning ops in 2002, brewing in hand canning Dale's Pale Ale in the Lyons, Colorado Brew Pub. America's first craft can Mountain Pale is a hearty, critically acclaimed trailblazer that changed the way craft beer fiends perceive portable beer. 6.5 ABV and 65 IBUs. Suggested food pairings with this, some extra info, I guess, is great with an all-American hamburger, chili, Creole, mussels, oysters, sausage, seafood. Let's see, I guess you can even cook some beer can chicken with it. Um, it doesn't really have a whole lot in the can. It's a kind of a plain can. Just kind of says Dale's Pale Ale, and again, it's 6.5 ABV. So yeah, let's go ahead and just crack it open. This is a pale ale, so I don't want it to sit out for too long. Uh, I kind of like pale ales colder than IPAs or uh, stouts, obviously, but it can warm up a little bit since it is an ale, not really like a lager or whatever. So it's cool. On Untappd, it gets a 3.7, which is uh, like 3.7 stars or caps on Untappd out of 5 caps. Um, so it gets a pretty decent score. I'm gonna pop the slide on again, not let it blind me this time. Under the light, it pours about a 2.5 finger head of kind of eggshell white froth, kind of a frothy head. It's probably going to go away soon, but it might leave some good lacing. It looks like a sticky head. Kind of a hazy, kind of orangish, kind of mandarin orangish kind of appearance. It's definitely hazy though. It's kind of hard to see if there are any particles. Could just be, it's just really haze. I don't really see any particles I don't know, maybe not. There's a fair stream of, or should I say streams of steady kind of nice sizable bubbles. Pop this back off and let's go with the aroma. Got kind of some kind of grassiness there. Bit of malt. I keep wiping my nose because I don't know why, but I always put my nose straight into the froth. It's hard for me to really get, especially when you have a head like this. It's very difficult for me to get any smells out of the beer until that dies down. What I can smell is a bit of like maybe some beers kind of have like sort of soapy kind of aspect to them, like Dove soap. It's not bad, but I think it's a lot of times it's just the hops. But yeah, just kind of maltiness, very light, very subtle in the aroma. Didn't really lose power or anything yet, but we have had some pretty gnarly storms rolling through. The lightning's pretty much been like a strobe in the sky the past hour. But let's go ahead and go with the flavor. That grassiness carries through. It's fairly balanced as well, more so than I had it, which was about 2.5 weeks ago. I don't know if there is a date. There is indeed a date. July 7th, 2014, so it was canned late summer. Well, early, sort of midsummer in the south it would be, but late summer in the north I would assume. It has been in the bottle a good few months though. Or the can a good few months for sure. But it's just got a very I just remember it being a couple weeks ago being a bit more bitter. I don't know why. It's changed a bit, it seems. A lot of froth coming out of that. But it definitely has kind of lost. It may have lost some of that hop profile. It's a little more forgiving now on the hops than I remember. But otherwise, it's one of those really kind of ruddy, sort of bitterish hops. Again, like one of the if you've seen one of I forget which beer that was I was talking about that, but some of the aspects I'll get from one of the weird kind of things I'll get from some hops is I'll get like a kind of a nail polish type of taste, even though I don't know what nail polish tastes like. It's more of like from when I've gotten whiffs of, someone's nail polish or something like that, or like paint thinners. It's a very sort of just chemically sort of hop. I think it's just the resin probably from whatever types of hops it is. It does not say, I don't think on the website. I don't think it doesn't say on the website what kind of hops are used, and I don't believe it says so on the can either. No, I'm not seeing anything. It just says voluminously hopped. But it is sort of a grassy, lemony, hopping profile there. Otherwise, the malts, they're fairly sweet. I can't really place what type of malts they would be. Not really at that level of being able to pick out flavors in beer yet. I've only been drinking craft beer for about a couple years, and it's only been over the last 6 to 8 months that I've really just gotten into craft beer, and I enjoy it much more so now than I did like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. But so I'm not to that level yet. I can't sit there and go like, oh, this malt tastes like like some sort of Munich malt, or this tastes like some sort of crystal malt, or whatever. Chocolate malts and everything like that are a little easier to pick up, but yeah, this just tastes like some sort of pale ale malt they would use, possibly just pale malts. But yeah, it's become a little bit more balanced than it was a couple weeks ago. I really would be surprised if that was the case, that it really just sort of the hops sort of dampened down that much over 2 weeks' time. But it has been canned since early July, so who knows? It's a lot more drinkable to me now. I didn't really care much for the hop profile, honestly, when I first drank it. But now that has become a bit more subtle, it's a bit more tolerable now, that hop profile. I still get that sort of bitterish, sort of that bitter nail polish profile, along with that sort of nail polish slash paint thinner type of thing going on. But otherwise, it's a pretty good pale ale. The mouthfeel, say meat on the heavier side of medium towards heavy. Not a whole lot of carbonation there on the palate, and it's just kind of got a fullness to it. Almost a bit creamy. A little thick. So, yeah, I mean, I guess can't really say too much else about it. The alcohol might be there a little bit. That could almost be what I'm getting with that. That could very well be what I always get with the nail polish type of flavor. Is it could be the alcohol showing through. So, that could be the case with that. But otherwise, I'd say that it's a fairly decent pale ale from Oskar Blues Brewery, which I believe is based out of Brevard, North Carolina. So a North Carolina brewery. I thought it was Colorado. Um, Said it. I think that's what it said on the. Oh, okay, North Carolina and Colorado. So they have two different breweries, I suppose. They're based out of two different sides of the country. Okay, but it's a good pale ale, B plus. It's just a good baseline one to either drink straight from the can, as I did. Drank it from the can in the sand. So if you're, I guess, hanging out on a lawn or something like that and just want a decent pale ale, you can drink it from the can, or you can pour it into a glass and kind of really enjoy it like I am now. So B plus, decent pale ale. Can't really say too much bad for it, other than, I mean, it's not a great pale ale. It's got that sort of bitterness to it that I'm not really too fond of, as well as the even though I kind of prefer it more, I kind of wish the hop profile didn't diminish as it seems to have done so in the last 2 weeks in the can. Otherwise, so I guess that kind of hurts the score a little bit for me. It's good that they have the date on there. I watch Greg's beer reviews, and he's always talking about the date being so important. And I honestly have been getting more and more feeling like that towards that angle. Like I just had a Squatters IPA that I was going to review on here, but I saw that it had no date, and so I didn't want to review a beer that had no date on here, and to be disappointed about it on camera. And in fact, I was disappointed about it. It was an IPA. It was an IPA that didn't have the date on it, and it was definitely. It did not taste very much like an IPA anymore. If it was higher alcohol, it probably would have gone towards more of a barley wine, but it was only around 6.5 or so percent. And I looked it up on Untappd when I was trying to review it, and it was not on Untappd anymore. So my guess is that it was no longer in production anymore. So who knows how long it was out for on the shelves. They could have discontinued it, so it could have been fairly old. But so I was kind of glad I actually did not review that, because I really don't want to do any reviews on here with you guys where I show just disappointment in a beer. It's going to happen at some point. It's just what happens when you're drinking crafts from breweries you're not familiar with. So it's bound to happen, but I'm kind of ruining the day when it will. But anyway, talking too much. B plus for this Dale's Pale Ale. Very good pale ale. So if you're down on the coast around Gulf Shores, Orange Beach in Alabama, or Colorado, or North Carolina, or wherever you can find this, pick it up, give it a try, and thanks for watching.